down on your mat, all the way, hands in the crooks of your knees. Now you're going to be in imprint, which means your low back's going to be pressed into the floor. So you're going to inhale here, exhale, press your legs into tabletop and join them. So pull yourself all the way up. That's it. Now slide your scapula down towards your waistline and take your belly button and pull it all the way in and engage your glutes and squeeze your thighs together. Now hands behind the back of your head, fingers interlaced, no fingertip guys. You're going to actually hollow out your lats and turn this into a unit with which to torture your rock hard abdominals. So inhale here, exhale, sink your belly and lift an inch and lower. Lift, hold, and lower. That's it. Shh. 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 3. Shh. 2 more. Shh. On this last one, hold it. Now take your right leg and straighten it. And hinge it down until you can press your ankle into your calf. And now squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs together like you're holding a $100 bill right up by your bottom. Now, sink and lift right in the middle here for 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. As you sink, 2, 1, stay lifted. Now you're going to actually turn towards that left thigh and do little tiny pulses, little snaps. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to hold that. You'll do 7 reverse curls. So pelvic floor, low belly, lift your hips. And 6, keep everything squeezed together. 5, otherwise you're just kicking. 4, and kicking is not going to make you cute or strong. 2, we're strong and cute. Last one, imprint your sacrum. Bring your legs back to tabletop. Give yourself a mini break. Pull up, slide down. Pull up and in on your navel. Close your bottom. Close those inner thighs. Hands behind the back of your head. 10 in the middle. 10. 9. As you sink, you're transverse, and then lift, you're doing double duty. You're getting all layers of muscle to lift your torso. 2, 1, you're going to stay lifted and straighten that left leg and hinge it down so you can squeeze your inner thigh and your calf together. Close your bottom, close your inner thighs, and lift in the middle. Just 7 this time. 7, 6. If this hurts your back, bring your toe more to the ceiling. If you don't feel challenged, aim a little bit lower. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to lift and turn for 7 and 6. Do not pull on your head and shoulders. They're going for a ride on your rib cage, which is twisting and untwisting. Up off that scapula and back. Last one, hold it. And you're going to do little belly snap punch pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Now pelvic floor, low belly, lift your pelvis. Sink and lift and lower. So you're pulling down to lift up. This is 4. This is probably 5. 6. Una más. 7. Very good. Knees in. Roll down. Put your feet on the mat. Let your knees rock side to side for a minute. Okay, we've got all the layers and all the obliques and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and do some whole body integration, which means you're going to integrate your whole body, strangely enough. Forearm plank. It's going to get your waist. It's going to get your back. It's going to get your thighs. It's going to get your butt. It's going to get your shoulders like crazy. So, this counts. This is harder. Pick your poison and join me. Come all the way up. Make sure your shoulder is underneath, or I mean on top of your elbow down here. Not underneath. That would be the opposite. Pull down on both scapula. Close your ribs. Now take your hips and lower them just an inch. And lift them just an inch. Slide them down and slide them up. We're just going to 5. Shh. 2 more. Shh. Last one. Now hold it. And now 5 times I want you to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. And now 5 times I'd like you to take this top hand and reach under your hip. Look under your hip. Follow your eyeballs to that hand. And now bring it back to the ceiling. So you reach under your hip. And then you extend it straight out from your armpit. This is 3. Keep those quads flexed. 2. Keep your scapula depressed. And 1. Very good. Now you can join me for another set. Lower lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Thread the needle. And 2. And shh. One more time. Shh. Reach for the ceiling. Lower yourself. Stagger your knees. Quick mermaid. Raw. Palm away from your crown. Now turn your palm to face your crown and turn from the waist and tuck. Give yourself a little assisted stretchy. And let's come all the way down. We're going to move on to the hips. So, hip, hooray. Back here, hip rotator. Here's a hip flexor. We lift this leg all day long and we sit in little tight balls in our office chairs. So what I'd like you to do is make sure that your top hip is stacked on top of the bottom one. So roll it away from you. You should have your waist lifted up underneath you. Now take your top leg and lift it. Take your heel and extend it straight out from your hip socket. Now just 2 times only. From inside your hip, turn your toe and your knee towards the floor. Super straight leg. Shove it slightly forward. And now turn it to the ceiling. One more time. You're not leaning back. You're turning your hip inside your hip. You're turning that leg in your hip socket and turn it to the ceiling. Now take that femur and get it in parallel so it's lined up with the floor. And now push up and push down. Lift that leg and lower it. About a foot up and then just a little bit lower than hip height. 5, ribs lifted. 4, pelvis still. 3, feel your goodies. 2, and 1. Now remain in neutral, which is straight out from that hip socket. Wrap your toe to a point and just draw circles about the size of a nice big grapefruit or a tiny cantaloupe. 3, you must be thirsty. 4, and 5. Pause here and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Go back to a foot flex. Pull it in. Now turn that knee up and extend your heel straight out of here. Wrap it into a point. Good. Now go back to the ball of your foot and pull it into a flex. Pull your knee in. Push your heel out. Ball point. Ball flex. Pull it in. Push it out. Ball point. Ball flex. 2 more. Shoulder. Extend. Ball point. Ball flex. Last one. Pull it in. Push it out. Ball point. Ball flex, flex, flex. Put your knee on the ground. Console the booty. All that articulating through your foot, it marionettes its way up through your pelvis, attaching to your low back. Just so you know. There's a reason for it. We'll stretch after. So, now we have to do our sides again. We have to go into that plank. So get your elbow so that it's going to be directly underneath your shoulder, and either with your knees bent and in line with your hips, or with them straight and in line with your hips. Hike yourself up here. Now flex your quadriceps and close your bottom and pull down on your scapula and close your ribs and reach for the ceiling. Good. Now you're going to slide your hips up just a little bit and then go almost to the ground and lift to center. Almost to the ground and lift to center. Do not shift out into that shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to hold it. You're going to squeeze this top armpit as you slide your hips up just a smidge. Squeeze that top armpit, stabilizes your shoulders. 4, and 5, and hold it. You're going to inhale here, and exhale, you're going to take your hand, you're going to reach under your hip, look under your hip, and then bring your arm back to the ceiling. Do it again. Exhale, wrap around that waistline. Inhale, bring it back. Here's 3, engage those quads and those glutes. Here's 4, which makes this logically 5. Now hold it. Repeat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Reach the needle. 5 and 4. Stabilize. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Extend. Lower. Stagger your knees. Bring your right arm up over, palm away from your crown. Look up. Palm towards your crown. Twist from the waist, look down. Scoot your booty underneath you, tuck. Grab your wrist with that left hand, give yourself a nice long pull. And now lower it. Beauty-mess. Down to our hips. So, curl up like a little cashew. Hips stacked. So none of this, and none of this, and lots of this. Take that top leg and lift it. Extend your heel straight out from your hip socket. Let's go so you can see my heel. There you go. Now, 1 time, 2 times, 2 times. Turn your toe and your knee towards the floor. And now turn it to the ceiling, no leaning. Little muscles inside your hip socket Turning your femur, controlling where your knees and your toes are going, turn it back to the ceiling. Now find the spot where it's level and in parallel. And now press that heel up and press it down just lower than hip socket height. So a foot above and a couple of inches below. Press, press like you're gouging a line in a brick wall. Up and in. Have a waist. 2, 1. Now hold it straight up from your hip socket. Wrap your toe to a point and draw circles. We'll do a softball this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now wiggling through the caboose. 5, 6, and 7. Pause here. Reverse it, please. Back up and around. Belly in. 3, 2, 1. Beauty miss. Go ahead and flex your foot and pull your knee in and open it up. But no leaning. Stay leaned forward. Now press your heel out through the peanut butter. Ball point, ball flex. Pull it in, press it out. Now reach away with the ball of your foot. Now wrap to a point, then go to the ball, and then go to a flex. That's it. Inhale. Ball point, ball flex. Last 2. Ball point, ball flex. Last 1. Ball point, ball flex, flex, flex. Put your knee on the floor. Console the booty. Okay, let's flip over onto our backs. Get a small amount of inner thigh, and then a whole bunch of hamstring booty area, and then we'll be done. That's all she wrote. So down we go. And join me. Excuse me if I adjust. So first things first, take your hands and wedge them underneath your sacrum, or the soft part of your tush, so your thumbs are up against your sacrum. Now, take your legs and extend them to as straight as your hamstrings will let you. This might be you. Fabulous. Please don't let this be you trying to straighten them. Make sure your knees are at about 12 o'clock. If your ankles can join the party, that's awesome. Now, go ahead, flex your feet and open your legs into a straddle. Now, point your toes and close your legs. Flex, open, point, closed. Good, keep going. Flex, open, point, closed. Just 3 more like that. Point, closed. Just 2. Last 1. Point, closed. Now flex, open, and stay here. And twirl your ankles. 3, 2, 1. And reverse it. Back up and around. Get your toes in on it. 2 and 1. Very good. Now close your legs in a flex. Point, open, flexed, closed. Point, open, flexed, closed. That's it. 3 more. Your straddle should be much bigger than mine. 2 more. You don't have this lovely screen to contend with. 1 more. Closed. Now stay flexed and go open, and again, twirling with the ankles. 3, 2. Get those whole feet into it. Now switch. Toes pull back. Swish those feet around. 2 and 1. Knees in. Put your feet on the mat. We're going to bridge a little bit. We're going to bridge a lot. So in a bridge, you're peeling your spine up off the mat. You're working out all sorts of good things. So place your palms on the floor. Inhale here, and as you exhale, scoop your abdominals so hard you feel your low back press into the mat. No glutes yet. It's just your belly. Now, open up those clavicles. These suckers are clavicles. Now go ahead and press your feet into the ground and lift your hips and engage your glutes just at the very tip of your tailbone. Now try and aim your pubic bone towards your chin. And now from that very flexed point, I want you to pulse right by that tailbone for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your hips a little bit higher. Keep your rib cage down. Feel that opposition stretch through your back, through your hip flexors perhaps. Pulse from your tush. 10, 9, they're tiny. Ribs are keeping you down. Hips are trying to come up. 2, 1, hold it. Inhale. Exhale, come up all the way into a bridge position, a true bridge. Now, not a bridge. Ribs are engaged, hips are lifted, straight line from your armpits to your knees. Press your arms into the mat. Feel that solidness going on? Engage your glutes and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 3 and 2 and 1, and hold it. Now go ahead, bring your ribs down just a smidge. Keep your glutes engaged. Now you're going to do some sweepy ones. So you're going to lower, lift, lower, lift. Both cheeks. 5 and 4, 3, 2, last 1. Very good. Now stay at this nice kind of mid-range. Your ribs are down, your hips are lifted. Go to your tiptoes. Walk them back and connect your heels. Now, tuck your pelvis a little bit more. You'll notice you have more range of motion. All this gear is out of the way here. Now, right by your tailbone and sits bones, once again, you're going to go up high and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. This time you're going to come halfway down with the rib cage. Keep your pubic bone aimed towards your chin. Pulse here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your ribs down just a little bit more. You should be able to slide on a paperback novel right underneath your low back. An anachronism that it is. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it. Inhale here, and as you exhale, come back up into your high bridge position. Now keep your glutes engaged and your ribs down. Squeeze your knees towards each other and open them. Squeeze and open. 3, 2, 1. Now lower your hips halfway down. Open your knees, and now squeeze and lift. You're flying. 7, heels stay connected. 6, knees open and close. 3, 2, and 1. Now hold that. Press your heels into the floor. Squeeze them together. Scooch them away if you need to, if it's getting into your knees. And now once again, you're going to pulse. 10, 9, 8. Ribs down, hips lifted. 3, and 2, and 1. Lower, lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. You're flying. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Hold a little harder. Take your heels, one at a time, turn them out. And now take your toes and turn them out. One more of those. Heels go out, but keep your toes aimed in. Go ahead and squeeze your bootay and lift. 2, 3. If this hurts your knees, please go into parallel. Always defer to your knees. 3, 2, 1. Now you won't really be able to open them, but you can give an extra squeeze in. So 10 more. Lower your hips and lift and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Close your ribs, scoop your belly, articulate back down to earth. Bring both knees in. Lengthen your tailbone away from yourself. Very good. Open them up, stir them around, close them up. Do it again. Very good. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left thigh. Lift your left foot, reach through, interlace those fingers, fold your arms in, and bring your legs with you. Push your right elbow into your right knee. Hold it. You just tore up all those muscles with all that pinching and lifting and moving, and now we're just draping all those torn up muscles across the bone. So they're nice and long when they heal. Strong and long. Take your left ankle, cross it over your right thigh, lift foot, reach through, grab the crook of your knee. Begin to fold in with your arms. You don't need to shrug. There's plenty of room for you to just keep your neck nice and long and use your biceps. Elbows digging away here on that left side. Little yummy twist going on in there. Very good. Okay, go ahead and roll up. And thank you very much for joining me for Pilates To Go.